Hi, I'm Andre, and today we're going to take a pork picnic shoulder and prepare it for porkettas. So in this case here, we've got the pork picnic shoulder by Fletcher's. Anything will do. You can have the smaller ones, the butt shoulder, it doesn't really matter. First of all, it's got the skin on it, so you need to take that off. I've done a little bit of it already, so you've got some of it off here, but I'll keep on going now. And once that skin is off, then we need to debone it. So if you have a whole shoulder, then you'll have the different bones in it, because you'll have the flat bone from the shoulder blade. So this one here doesn't have that. As you can see over here, I've already got a couple of them made, and I kind of held out with this one here so that we can get it on video. One of the things with porketta that I find, in my own liking, I guess, my own preference, is to leave enough fat on it, because the fat is where you're going to get your flavor and your taste from. So the little bit of the tedious part of the job here is preparing this, and I'm by no means a butcher, so it'll be long to watch. I hope not too long. So just trimming that off. Pull on the skin, work your way down and across. Again, if you have a butcher in the family, then it makes it that much easier, but we're not at that stage. This part here is where the bone is coming out, so you've got the shoulder. This is going down to the leg, and this is the part that heads up towards the neck. So we've got the wrinkled parts across the bottom there. Alright, so here we have the skin, the last one I did. So now we've got this here basically to clean up. We do have a little bit of a vein in here that comes up, the arterial vessel, that you can do some trimming. You'll be able to get better access to it once you've removed a good part of the bone. So I did a couple of test runs to see what the best way to do this one was, and basically I'm taking off, you've got this part here, which is like a little knuckle part for the joint itself, and it's not too bad to remove. Need to sharpen my knife. Watch your fingers and try not to waste too much of the meat. Sometimes if you're cutting through, you could be getting some cartilage in there, little tidbits that you can put into the garbage. So you have that. As you can see, I'm a little bit obsessive with being clean, so okay, so that's been removed, and like I was saying, sometimes you'll get cartilage in here, so you'll remove that. So all I did normally with the flat bone, so I'm just gonna cut down to this here on both sides, and of course that'll join up to this side. So you just kind of pick a spot and work your way through is what I've been doing. Like I say, nothing fancy, I'm not a butcher, and it's just a matter of working your way down and around the bone. There are simpler ways, and sometimes you can pull part of the bone out once you get it worked out and around. So you've got part of the knuckle here, and it goes right over. So this is the larger part of the bone. As you can see over on this side here, it's a couple of inches in diameter, but this one here, once it's out, you'll see it's quite a bit larger. So just work your knife around, and some of them can pull back and it'll help you separate it, but otherwise just keep going and it'll eventually come out. You don't want to leave any of the hard anything that feels hard when you're touching it, feeling the meat. You'll see if you've left any of either the bone or the some of the cartilage behind, and usually that'll show up. You can see it if it's white in color. So this is it. You've got a little bit of waste here, but by the time you take this off, what you'll probably end up with, as you can feel here, it feels like what you might have, looks like a big chunk, but it's not. It's just gristle in there, which is all waste. So no need for that. Now all I've done, so you've got your skin, and in order to make this a little bit smaller, I've just taken it and cut it somewhat in half and make two smaller porketas. You try to find a way of doing it so you've got this here that's going to be able to roll, and what I do with the other side is you butterfly it, and now you'll be able to roll that on the inside as well. So if you just like this here, and then with the fat you've got it going on the inside as well, and so you'll have, this will be tied up, it'll be a roast. So obviously you've got a fairly big chunk of fat here. You don't need this much fat, although you want to trim some of it off. So that'll be ready to roll up. And here the same thing, if you're looking at it, you've got, so I usually just cut this one here from this side over and butterfly it right across, and then it just opens up, and just like that. Go a little bit more, and then once you can get it flat like this here, you're going to be rolling it in the same way. So just going to clean it up a little bit more. We've got the this is where we had the vein, I guess, or the artery. So just take a chunk of that, and it's all a lot of fat in and around that. The holes in the body like that, like in the meat, isn't going to be a major problem, because you're rolling it, and so everything is going to be tied together. This is a bit of fat from the same area. Just clean that up. Okay, so again, just get ready